Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and if you haven't guessed, this is another car boots pickup video, but just one item today. Must admit I wasn't feeling great, so I didn't really spend that long at Smithfield, but I picked this one item up. And it's not in good condition, but I'll have a quick look at it and then I'll give you an idea what I'm thinking about possibly doing with it. So we'll get set up on the bench and we'll be right back. Right, okay, we are back, and what we have got here, ooh, if you haven't probably guessed by the title of the video if you'd read along, we've got a dance set Bermuda. Well, we've almost got a dance set Bermuda because it's missing quite a lot, to be honest, as in it's not just missing the knobs, it's actually not got an amplifier in here. What someone's done, probably a long time ago, is the amplifier failed in this, and basically what they've done is they've brought the output from the deck just out on a cable here, so they could use basically the cabinet and the turntable with a separate amplifier and speaker. And now normally when you see these on a car boot sale, you go straight for them. I realised that it didn't have an amplifier in it. There was quite a few people buzzing round it actually, and I said, oh, it's missing its amplifier, and most of the people buzzing round it just wandered off as soon as I said that. But I left it for a bit. I walked around a couple of other stalls and there was really nothing really interesting anywhere that I could see, and like I said, I wasn't feeling 100%. So anyway, I wandered back to the guy and it was still sat there. I just said, how much do you want for the dance set? And he says £10. So to be honest, I didn't even bother haggling with him. I gave him a tenner for it, knowing full well, I did say to him, how much do you want for the dance set? There is no amplifier in it. And like I said, he said £10. Now normally when I see these on car boot sales, they want like £30–40 for them usually. And if you're into restoring them, you possibly, at that there's still some profit in them. Some people only pay a tenner for them no matter what, but as these get more collectibles, more people want them. I know the prices do go up and down somewhat, but I wouldn't be bothered about paying £10 for this. I thought that wasn't too bad at all, because I've got some ideas, I've got some plans, like I said, for an old record player like this. Basically, some people won't like what I'm thinking about doing, but I fancy doing a bit of upscaling, basically, because this is not in great condition. Like I said, it's missing the amplifier. The cabinet is pretty danged up on the top there, all the rexines torn there. The bottom, however, all the bottom rexine on it is in pretty nice condition. It's just the top's really dinged up. Like I said, few little marks, but they clean out, but there's no rips or tears on any of the blue. Handle's in nice condition. We'll go around to the front. Hinges are a little bit tarnished up, but they're in good condition, they're not broken or anything. Grill's in the back. It's missing the connector which should have been there. I think that was for external output. But that doesn't bother me, and that is something I might reuse. I'm thinking perhaps an IEC connector for what I'm planning to do with this thing. Anyway, again, that side in pretty nice condition, no tears. It's got all its feet, a few little marks, but those will clean off. The grille on the front is excellent. Most of these I've seen, or a lot of these I've seen, have pieces of this broken out and possibly glued back, possibly with little holes in it. That is perfect. The front there, again, is in nice condition. All the blue there is in nice condition. It's got its bright work on it. It's got the little jewel for the power on indicator there. They often drop out and you end up with just a little hole there, so that's still there. And inside, we've got all the legends. Actually, inside of the cabinet is not bad. This will all clean up, but it's got all its Dansek Bermuda badge there. That's an original one. It's got the one down there as well. It has got a BSR Monarch. I believe this is a UA15 turntable, and it's probably very unlikely it will work, but we've got a TC8 high output cartridge there as well. Now what I'm planning on this, like I said, this is probably where purists might be a bit ashamed. I'm going to see what state this deck's in. And I think he wanted a UA25, but he was asking me about, he wanted a decent turntable for something, a decent actual deck, a BSR. I am wondering if this works and this is alright, whether Andy might be interested in that deck for what I paid for the record player. So basically I get this cabinet to upscale and play with, and Andy gets a nice deck to go in one of his record players. So what I thought we'd do in this video really is we'll do a quick check over of the deck. One thing I did notice is it's not seized. It's, you know, it's actually quite free. We'll have a look how this plug's been wired, and we'll power it up, and we might even see if there's any life in that cartridge. Very much doubt there'll be life in the cartridge, but we can see. First thing we want to do is we'll have a quick look inside the plug. Right, we've got a 13 amp fuse in there, which isn't good, but it's at least wired reasonably. It's lamp wire, really. It's single insulation cable. You can't really use this anymore, so that will definitely have to go. I would never use wire like that, but it's good enough for testing. What we will do is we'll take the plug off. That is actually a really nice plug. I will definitely be reusing this plug for something else. These are MK plugs, but they actually do comply with the modern standards, and they've actually got the isolation down there, which a lot of the older style plugs don't have that, and you shouldn't really. I mean, I reuse them for my own personal stuff, but I'll never let anything out that's got that style of plug on. I always put one of these modern insulated plugs on. But that is a period style plug. You know, it looks nice and period, but it is actually up to the modern compliant standards, so I'll put that to one side. Most of the stuff that I get ends up with a plug like that on it, which that's one of the ones that does not comply. If you look, it's got a solid brass pin for the live and the neutral, compared with the more modern ones that have the insulation there. It's just a safety feature basically. Stops little kids getting hold of the plug like that. How they ever manage it I will never know, and plugging the plug in, and it also stops the nasty thing of wrapping your wires around the plug and plugging it in. But anyway, we'll connect this to the quick test instead. And this has got a low amp fuse in it, so it will just pop the fuse if there's anything too nasty wrong. In fact, what we should really do, we'll leave that open. We will just quickly pop the deck up so we can have a quick look how that is wired, because I know some people are a bit concerned that I might be able to be gung-ho of plugging things in, so let's have a quick look. Phillips screwdriver, I think. In fact, we need something a little bit smaller than that. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, that works. In fact, there's quite a lot of screws here I've just noticed. I'll just pause the video while I whiz these screws out, and we'll be right back. Right, we're back, and actually there's a lot more screws than I remember last time I worked on one of these. We've actually got 3 at the front there, which lift that piece up. Then I thought we just had 4 2 down that side, 2 down that side. We've actually got another 2 at the back there, so there's 6 holding the motor board down, and then 3 at the top for this little flap there, which would have given you access to the amplifier, which is missing. But what I have just noticed, which is quite nice, is the speaker is still in there. So we've got a speaker, hopefully that works, but obviously the amplifier is gone. We'll try and lift the... have we not got them all out? Let's see, that's not quite lifting yet. So not quite on... Yeah, there we go, that's up now. So let's have a look how they've wired this in. Right, let's have a look here. Well, that's not too bad. We've got that piece of wire coming. Let me just get you up a little bit. We've got that piece of wire that comes in like that, and it's just chop blocked on there to the motor windings. We've actually got a 90-volt tap on that motor as well, which is that there, which would drive your valve filaments, but that's just been cut off and tucked out of the way there. That's not so much of a problem. And then, as I thought, yeah, we've just got some connections onto the cartridge there, which have been tucked straight out, like I said, and they've used obviously an external amplifier and speaker with this. Right, let's put this back down. I won't bother screwing it all back together, but we'll put that down. And what we will do, let's power it up. And let's see if the deck actually spins. Yeah? That seems to work okay. What shall we put on? Let's have a look what that cartridge is like. That seems to have a decent stylus in it. Let's have a look on the... that looks a little bit... I don't know if that's going to work. We'll try it on the 78 side, because that seemed okay. Let's just see if there's any life in that cartridge. Right, what we'll do... I've got my signal tracer here, which is basically just an amplifier. It's just an AF amplifier with some protection in it, so you can probe various circuits with it. Let's see if we can get you so you can got it in shot. There we go. So basically we can connect an AF signal there, and it will amplify it. We'll turn that down, that's on a normal gain, that should work. We'll plug that in. And let us see if we can connect. Has that got enough? Let's get some test leads. I think we'll need some test leads to do this. Right, that should do. So we'll plug those. In like that. Let's switch on. Right, there we go, and we'll connect that. Basically, I'm connecting the input of that to the cartridge like that. Let's see if we've got any output. Like I say, I'm not expecting us to get much, but oh, actually that's not bad. Let's turn it up a bit. In fact, I'm hardly touching it on the I think that's a good cartridge. Right. Got a 78 here, and this might be something I can play and not get a copyright strike because it's pretty old. So let's try playing this. In fact, wonder if it's actually going to be able to do. Just for interest. Let's see what happens. Well, it dropped the record, but it's not going to. Let's see if it'll play it anyway. Just on. There we go. Whoa! How's that? That's playing okay, isn't it? Barely got it touching on that, so that cartridge has got a hell of a lot of output. Play out. I don't care about whether they give me a copyright strike on it, sod them. That is playing really, really nicely though. Shows how well a 78 can play. People say, oh, they're very, very crackly and noisy 78s, but that plays really, really well. And if you consider, a lot of these 78s have been played on my wind-up gramophone. You know, they haven't been well cared for and well looked. They've been played with steel needles, and yet it's still playing really nicely like that. See if when it gets to the end whether it's actually going to reset. That's like, this is straight off the car boot sale. Someone's obviously, you know, worked on this deck. I don't say it's perfect. I don't think it's dropping correctly, but it's certainly playing better than most decks that I get straight off a car boot sale. Alright, let's see if it's going to auto shut off. There we go. Excellent. But yeah, if I'd known that that cartridge had worked, I think I'd have said 20 quid. No, so anyway, what I'm planning to do with this, like I say, some people might be a little bit dismayed, but it really isn't in, you know, A1 condition, and it would take a lot to fully restore this. For one thing, I'd need to either build or buy an amplifier to go in it. All the cabinet would need fully refinishing and everything. And I think that deck's probably better in a more deserving, better player than this. So like I said, if Andy's interested in it, if he's watching this video, you can have that deck for what I paid for this, which is 10 quid. And that leaves me basically with this empty cabinet and a speaker and a really nice grill and all the nice bright work and everything. What I'm planning to do, well, what I've got an idea to do, I mean, Andy mightn't want it. If Andy doesn't want it, then I'll use this deck in this player, but I'll still probably end up doing what I'm thinking about. Let's disconnect that. Put that away for a second. In fact, let me bang a couple of screws back in, or else it's going to fall out when I put it back over. And I don't want to do any damage to the, like I said, the cabinet, because I do have a few ideas. That's enough to hold it together. But basically what I've got, ooh, ow, just move that out of the way for a minute. A while back at the same car boot sale, I picked up a load of scrap record players. Ooh. Here. And basically I think these have come from record players where the cabinet had pretty much... See, actually, what deck is that? That might actually be the deck that Andy was after. Andy, mate, if that's the deck that you're after, do you want that one instead? And I will keep that for the what I'm planning to do. I can't remember which the deck you was actually after was. I think it was earlier than this one. But what I was planning, basically, I might use that deck in there, or that deck, so whichever one of them you want for a tenner, mate. Let me know. But I'll put in a new deck in. And then I've got various amplifiers in here that have come out of other record players. So I'll use one of the amplifiers that I've got in here to rebuild it. I'm actually thinking possibly we've got 2 mono amplifiers there in a stereo pair, perhaps using that and doing it transistorized, which will give me a better option for actual cartridge output cartridges. So basically that's the plan, is electrically I'm going to use what I've got in there. Ooh. To rebuild that, and then I'm going to do something with the cabinet. I've got an idea of something I've really wanted to try before with a cabinet that's looking a bit messy like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing with it. Like I said, I'm not sure about that deck now, whether Andy wants this deck that I've got in here or he wants that deck, because I think these are the last 2 actual full decks that I've got. I'd give Andy most of my all scrap record player decks over the last few years, and I haven't really got that much left. I'll put that back away. Well, let's get it back on me. Yeah, might as well. So yeah, that's the idea. Like I said, I only picked up that one thing today, but you know, it's one of these things. I could break that thing up for parts and make more than the 10 quid that I paid for the whole thing, because all that bright work on there people want, because you get old dance sets. People like restoring dance set record players. You know, the handles, the hinges, all the bits like that. I know you can get modern reproductions, but if you want it right, you want the original parts on it. That grill, like I said, they always seem to get damaged, and that one's in really nice condition. But I'm more in the mind of, like I said, rebuild the insides with something, either that deck or, like I said, something else, that other deck, and put my own amplifier in there. Just using the bits that I've got there. I know I've got a couple of valve amplifiers, but I'm thinking more along the lines of perhaps transistor amplifier. IEC lead on the back, and it'd be something that you wouldn't have to worry about using. You know, it's not it's not going to burn your house down if it's got a more modern amplifier. We could even go fully modern and, you know, put like a modern Class D module or something like that in there. But I'm more of a mindset of perhaps using that 1970s amp that I've got there and modifying that and using that in there. Anyway, it was just meant to be a quick little video this, so I'm going to leave it there for now. Like I say, I'm not sure how many videos will be coming up sooner or later, because my health's a bit meh at the moment, and I don't want to overdo it and end up feeling really ill again. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed this quick little car boots pick-up-y type video. So I'll say thanks for watching, and goodbye.